going to fire Mike Tomlin regardless of what goes down this weekend, Greg. Think about it. Their playoff hopes don't rest on what they do. I mean, another game has to go their way for them to get in the playoffs. And I've been a big critic of Mike Tomlin, guys. James Harrison, I know you have as well. I'm just telling you, I don't think he's been awful this season. He coached a great game against the New England Patriots, and I like the aggressive nature that he went with in the fourth quarter against the Saints. Greg, I love that move with the fake punt. It didn't work, but I'm not going to judge the results. I'm going to judge the process, and I think he's had a pretty good year. And, Greg, my second layer to this, who are you going to hire? You know, you're not going to bring in some hotshot offensive coordinator to work with Ben Roethlisberger. He's turning 37 in March. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can't bring in some new coach to deal with the egos in that locker room, Antonio Brown being one of them. I just think you got to ride Mike Tomlin and hope for a better outturn next year.
I disagree with you. I don't think he's done a great job this year. He has greatly underachieved with the roster that he has. That is no question in my mind, and it shouldn't be in yours. Is he coaching for his job? No way. By no stretch of the imagination is he coaching for his job. Mike Tomlin should be there next year. His resume, his body of work speaks for itself. He should get the opportunity to right this ship. Now, if that comes next year and it don't go the way that they want to, then it won't be firing Mike Tomlin. He'll be at the end of his contract, and they may let him go and move a different direction. But his body of work allows him the leeway to not be fighting for his job, whether they make the playoffs or not. I still believe he is not, coached this team to where they should be, and he has underachieved with the roster that he has. You have an offense that has probably been a top offense the last 3, 4, 5 years, if not, a little bit longer than that. But to see what he's done with the defense and trying to get the team to actually compete and play at an optimum level week in and week out, he's not doing that.
For me, I totally think he is coaching for his job security. And here's my reasoning why. When you look at, I can compare it to the Green Bay Packers. When you look at Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, what was the biggest Achilles heel? They butt heads. They clashed, and Aaron Rodgers outlasted Mike McCarthy. When you look into the National Football League, typically what gives is the head coach, because you're not going to part ways with a Hall of Famer or future Hall of Famer, potentially first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. That just doesn't bode well for your fan base, for your organization, for the guys currently in that locker room. And when I look at Mike Tomlin, although his resume does speak for itself, he won a Super Bowl early in his career. I listened to you a couple days ago talk about how he won that on the strength of the team that Bill Cowher had put together already defensively. You were a part of that. And for me, I just don't see him having enough stacked success in the playoffs to where you continue to allow him to right the ship. I totally agree. He has an opportunity to right the ship, and his opportunity is now.
I think I'm going to piggyback off of your point. I think he does have to right the ship this offseason. I've always felt like I'm a big Mike Tomlin fan, but he's an emotional coach. And I think because he is so emotional, his team reflects that. When I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't see an attention to detail, and I don't necessarily see the discipline to be a championship squad. You have a quarterback who seemingly kind of goes on his own when it comes to the leadership. I just worry about his ability to take all of those egos and to get them on the same page. And this year, more than ever, I feel like the team is fractured, and he's going to have to do a lot of work in the offseason to put the pieces back together.